It's 11 p.m. You're lying down, trying to sleep, when suddenly you feel a pain on the left side of your chest. Your heart races. Your mind immediately jumps to the worst case scenario. And then the paralyzing doubt sets in. Is this serious? Should I call 911 right now? Should I wait until tomorrow? Should I take some medicine and go back to bed? That doubt is more agonizing than the pain itself. Because when it's a real heart attack, every minute without treatment destroys heart muscle that can't be restored. And when it isn't a heart attack, going to the emergency room unnecessarily is distressing, expensive, and exhausting. The problem is that no one teaches you the difference. No one explains that there's a simple way, based on the symptoms themselves, to identify much more clearly whether that pain requires an immediate ambulance or just a glass of water and some deep breathing. Today, I'm going to teach you that. 5 exact differences between a heart attack, anxiety, and acid reflux. And pay close attention to difference number 3 because it's the criterion emergency doctors use first. And if you feel what I'm about to describe there, don't stop watching this video before calling for help. If you're experiencing any symptoms right now, close this video and go to the emergency room. Your life can't wait for a video. Here on this channel, our commitment is to provide clear, straightforward medical information that you can actually use in your daily life, without complicated language or beating around the bush. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and turn on notifications. This is the kind of content you hope you'll never need, but it could be the difference between making the right decision and a tragedy. And at the end of the video, share it with someone, because this content isn't just for you. It's for everyone you love who might face this question one day. Let's get started. A quick note before we begin. This video is not a substitute for a medical evaluation. If you have a history of heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or have smoked for years, your threshold for seeking emergency care should be much lower than that of the general population. What I'm going to teach you here are patterns, characteristics that help differentiate the most common causes of chest pain. The more signs from a category you recognize in what you're feeling, the more likely that's the cause. But no single sign defines anything. It's the combination that counts. With that said, let's move on to the first difference. Difference number 1. The location and nature of the pain. When it's acid reflux or a digestive issue, the pain usually appears in the pit of your stomach, just below the breastbone, or in the center of your chest. It has a very specific characteristic. You can pinpoint exactly where it hurts. Sometimes you can even point to it with just one finger. You may experience a burning sensation that rises up your throat, a sour taste in your mouth, or a sensation of something rising from your stomach. An important detail: if pressing on the area with your finger makes the pain worse, that's a good sign it's muscular or digestive. The heart doesn't hurt when pressed from the outside. When it's anxiety, the pain feels more diffuse in the chest, often with a sensation of muscle tightness in the ribs or sternum. It's as if the entire chest musculature were contracted. It may come with a slight tingling in the fingers or around the lips, which is caused by hyperventilation, breathing too quickly during the episode. When it's a heart attack, the pain has a characteristic that leaves no doubt in the mind of anyone who has experienced it. It feels like a weight, a pressure pushing outward from the inside, as if someone were squeezing the center of your chest tightly. You can't pinpoint exactly where it hurts with just one finger. You have to spread your whole hand across your chest to indicate the area. This pain can radiate. It can move up to your neck, to your lower jaw, suddenly feeling like a toothache, or down your left arm with a heavy sensation, as if your arm were numb or dead. Keep this image in mind, a tightness in the center of your chest that you can't pinpoint exactly. That's the first major difference. Difference number 2. What happens when you change position or take a deep breath? You can do this test right away, without any equipment. With acid reflux, taking a deep breath or changing position usually alters the pain. If you sit up straight after lying down and the pain improves, it's a good sign that the problem is digestive. Stomach acid has refluxed into the esophagus, and gravity helps when you sit up. If turning on your side in bed worsens the pain, or if burping brings relief, that's practically a hallmark of reflux. When it's anxiety, taking a deep breath is difficult and painful because the chest muscles are contracted due to the state of alertness. It feels as though the air isn't reaching the bottom of your lungs. But if you can slow your breathing, inhaling through your nose while counting to 4 and exhaling through your mouth while counting to 6, the pain tends to gradually subside. Anxiety-related pain responds to controlled breathing. That's diagnostic. When it's a heart attack, the pain doesn't change at all. You sit, the tightness continues. You lie down, the tightness continues. You take a deep breath, the tightness continues. You stop breathing, the tightness continues. The immobility of heart attack pain is the most characteristic sign. It doesn't ease with position, it doesn't ease with breathing, it doesn't ease with movement. It stays there, constant, like a weight that won't go away. If the pain you're feeling doesn't respond to any change in position or breathing, that's a serious warning sign. Difference number 3, the accompanying symptoms. This is the most important difference in the video. Pay attention to every detail. With acid reflux, the accompanying symptoms are all digestive. A bloated or gurgling stomach, a feeling of fullness even without having eaten much, burping, mild nausea, a sour or bitter taste in the mouth, sometimes a slight headache. The whole body is focused on the digestive system. When it's anxiety, the accompanying symptoms are neurological and muscular. A racing heart that you feel pounding, short, rapid breathing, tingling in the fingertips and around the mouth caused by excess oxygen from hyperventilation, mild tremors, hot or cold flashes, a feeling that something terrible is about to happen for no clear reason, a desire to run away or hide. When it's a heart attack, the combination of symptoms is specific and leaves no room for doubt. Pay attention to this list. Cold sweat. It's not heat-induced perspiration. It's an icy sweat that appears suddenly, soaking through clothing, in a person who was at rest. Paleness. The face turns gray and colorless within seconds. Intense nausea or sudden vomiting, without having eaten anything suspicious and with no apparent digestive cause. Disproportionate shortness of breath. The feeling that you can't breathe even when standing still. Pain in the jaw or left arm. This radiating pain, along with chest tightness, is the classic sign. Extreme weakness, the feeling that your legs won't hold you up, that your body isn't responding. If you're experiencing chest tightness and 2 or more of these signs together, don't finish watching this video. Call 911 now. Don't wait for it to get better. Don't wait for morning. Don't drive yourself to the hospital. Call. If this content is helpful to you, give it a like now. This helps this video reach more people who may need this information at a critical moment. And share it with someone in your family right now. Dad, mom, grandpa, spouse. This video can prevent a wrong decision in a moment of desperation. Moving on to difference number 4, which reveals a lot about your lifestyle and your triggers. Difference number 4. When the pain appeared and what was happening before. This difference seems simple, but it's one of the most revealing. When it's acid reflux, the pain has a clear dietary trigger. It appears between 30 minutes and 2 hours after a meal, especially after fatty or acidic foods, coffee, chocolate, alcohol, or when you ate a lot and went to bed right afterward. When lying down, acid rises more easily. That's why so many people wake up in the middle of the night with a burning sensation in their chest. They ate late and went to bed with a full stomach. When it's anxiety, there's an irony that's very confusing. An anxiety attack usually occurs when you're relaxing, not when you're stressed. You spend the whole day under pressure at work, on adrenaline, and didn't feel a thing. But when you got home, switched off, and lay down, your nervous system released everything at once. The chest pain appears exactly when you thought you were safe. This pattern, pain that appears when lying down or relaxing, is very characteristic of anxiety, and is extremely frightening because it seems contradictory. When it's a heart attack, the most common trigger is physical exertion. Climbing stairs quickly, carrying heavy loads, running to catch a bus, having an intense argument, or experiencing a very strong and sudden emotion. The heart demands more blood in these situations. The blocked artery cannot supply it, and the pain appears immediately, forcing the person to stop everything. But be aware, heart attacks also occur at rest, especially in the early morning hours, between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., when blood pressure and heart rate naturally rise upon waking. Rule of thumb: pain that appears with exertion and improves with rest is cardiac until proven otherwise. Pain that appears at rest after a stressful day is anxiety. Pain that appears after a heavy meal is digestive. Difference number 5. The exception that can cost a life. This point is especially important for 2 groups that rarely receive this warning: women over 50 and people with diabetes. For women, A heart attack in women often does not follow the classic pattern of chest heaviness with arm pain that everyone has learned. This is a dangerous myth. In women, especially after menopause, a heart attack can manifest as sudden, disproportionate exhaustion, extreme fatigue that appears out of nowhere for no reason, shortness of breath that gradually worsens, a burning sensation or discomfort in the pit of the stomach that feels like gastritis, pain in the back, neck, or jaw, nausea, dizziness. Many women have heart attacks and arrive at the hospital hours later because they thought it was gastritis or just fatigue from the day. That delay costs heart muscle. Sometimes it costs a life. If you are a woman over 50 and have experienced any combination of sudden exhaustion, progressive shortness of breath, and heartburn with no clear dietary cause, see a doctor, even if you don't have chest pain. For diabetics. Over the years, uncontrolled diabetes damages the body's nerves. This damage is called diabetic neuropathy, and it can affect the nerves that transmit the sensation of pain in the heart. The result is that a diabetic may have a completely silent heart attack. No chest pain, no arm pain, no classic signs. What they feel: intense cold sweats for no reason, sudden dizziness, weakness in the legs, shortness of breath, mild mental confusion, or nothing, absolutely nothing, until it's too late. If you have diabetes and experience excessive cold sweats, intense dizziness, or sudden shortness of breath with no explanation, seek emergency care immediately. Even without pain, these two groups need to have a much lower threshold for seeking medical care than the rest of the population. Any atypical sudden discomfort with no obvious cause warrants a medical evaluation. Let's wrap up with a summary you can memorize and share. A localized pain that you can point to with a finger worsens after eating and improves with burping or sitting upright, reflux or a digestive issue, chest tightness that appears when you relax at night, accompanied by a racing heart, tingling in the fingers, and a sense of impending doom, anxiety. Take a deep breath, slow down, and seek professional help if it happens often. A crushing weight in the center of your chest that doesn't change no matter what, accompanied by cold sweats, paleness, sudden nausea, or pain in your jaw or left arm? Call 911, 192 right now. Don't wait. Don't drive yourself. Woman over 50 with sudden exhaustion, shortness of breath, and a burning sensation unrelated to food? Emergency. Diabetic with cold sweats, dizziness, and unexplained weakness? Emergency. Your body speaks. Today you learned to listen. Knowledge saves lives. And you've just acquired that knowledge. But it's useless if you keep it to yourself. Open WhatsApp now and send this video to your family group, to that older person who lives alone, to the friend you know who has anxiety and lives in fear of a heart attack, to anyone with diabetes who's never received this warning. Sharing this could prevent a wrong decision in a moment of desperation. Leave a like if this content was helpful, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications. In the next video, I'll explain the 5 tests that every adult over 40 should get every year, and that most don't get because their doctor never ordered them. Big hugs. Take care of your heart. There's no substitute for it.